Hey guys, did you know that the average attention span of human beings has gone down to 8 seconds, which is a full second less than goldfish? Somebody told me that the other day and it astounded me. So I am doing this little challenge here where I'm watching the clock for 8 seconds and I'm going to change something every 8 seconds so you can see how quickly that is that our attention is being diverted to the next thing. In fact, if you have already come this far in the video, we are now at 3 times over, almost 4 times over of 8 seconds. It's insane. If you've stayed on this far, your attention span is much further than the average American citizen. It's crazy, and it's something that needs to change. Okay, I can't even keep up. I can't keep up with a single sentence. A thought takes more than 8 seconds. I want to encourage you guys to listen to the end of this video, okay? Please take a minute. It's going to just be a couple minutes of your time. This is a problem that we are facing, and we need to recognize it about ourselves. We need to identify about ourselves, because if we don't, it will get progressively worse. This is something that is going to take effort for us to change. Most things that are good and worthwhile take some effort, and that is what we're trying to do here with Ribbons for Rescue. We're trying to change the dynamic of the American church, that we're no longer the fast food generation, that we're no longer the fast food church, you know, the church that expects everything quick, and if it's not to our liking and it's not fast enough, we've checked out already. In fact, it's been a minute and a half, and I'm telling you, the other videos that I've made, by this point, 80% of people have already checked out. And it's incredible to me that that is where we are as a society. I want to read you a couple statistics that you might find interesting. I found them interesting. Let me see. The average office worker checks their email 30 times every hour. I believe that. I realize how often I check my email, just being at home throughout the day. Anybody with a mobile device, they're constantly, we've got these notifications telling us, you've got an email, you've got a Facebook, something has come up on Instagram, whatever, any of these things. We're getting notifications all the time, and so we're constantly, our attention's being diverted from one thing to the next. And unfortunately, what that does is it robs our life of intentionality and purpose. Because it steals from our time. I mean, honestly, as far as time management goes, this is horrendous. Excuse me, because if we are in the middle of a task and then our phone goes off because we got a notification, and you stop what you're doing and you pick that up and you go to look at it, and then you have to come back to your task, you have to rethink about where was I, what was I doing, and you waste all this time simply because of the attention span issue. I want to say this is something, guys, that we have got to intentionally work on. This is a major issue because we are seeing problems across the globe. We're seeing problems in our nation, but around the world. And we pay attention for 8 seconds and we go, oh my gosh, that's terrible. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. And in 8 seconds, we've then gone on to the next thought. In fact, even our prayer times have dwindled and dwindled and dwindled down to these fly-by prayers. We're not spending, and I'm not saying everybody, but I'm saying as a culture, this is what we feed into. This is what we allow to happen. And it's kind of like the frog that's in the pot of water that slowly gets to boiling point. It doesn't realize what's happening until it's already dead, because it's a slow process, and that's where we are. We're in this process. In 2000, the attention span of the average American was 12 seconds. That's a decade ago. We're down to 8 seconds. Where will we be in another decade if we do not intentionally put a halt on things and say, wait a minute, no, I'm not going to be that way. I refuse to be that way. I will put down my devices, and we're seeing this kind of wave of people beginning to understand that and recognize that. But we have got to be intentional about it, or it will not happen. We're being robbed of relationship, robbed of interaction with people, very meaningful, real interaction. We're being robbed of productivity, and it's not okay. So I'm I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you've watched this so far, you're going to have watched a 5-minute long video, and it probably feels like eternity because I haven't had the background changing and it hasn't changed perspectives. I haven't, done something crazy every few seconds to keep your attention. We need to get back to being purposeful and intentional about what we focus on and what we pay attention to and what we engage with. That we start changing the dynamics of our own life, that the world would be changed as well, that our town would be changed, our county, our state, our country, and the world. That the dynamics of our church would be changed, the dynamics of the church in America and the church across the globe. We have got to start being intentional again. And I know we hear this and we go, yes, we agree, this is right. But the only way that will happen is if we take a good self-assessment, acknowledge the fact that this is where we're at, and then make a plan to change it. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to make sure that I only allot myself X amount of time to be on the internet at all every day, because it is a useful tool for getting work done, for networking. I mean, it is a very useful tool, but I will use it for such. And I will make sure that I am, even in my conversations with people, that I am going to train my brain to stay focused on what they're saying and what they're doing, because I've been finding, especially more recently, that somebody can be talking to me and I'm listening, and then I start to partially listen because I see that dish over there needs to be cleaned, or something's going on over there, or I start thinking about something I got to do tomorrow. And that's going to change. I'm going to make that change, and I hope that you'll join me in making that change. It needs to happen if we're going to change the dynamics of our country. This is a very major point, and it takes effort and it takes work. I'm telling you, it's not just going to happen. Look what's just happened as the past decade has gone on. This is a 7-minute video now. I'm so sorry, guys, that it's so long. I'll be impressed if you have watched it to the end. In fact, I'm going to put a little thing here at the end. If you've watched this all the way through, I want you to type this word in a comment box underneath the video, and we'll see. I'll be able to see how many people have actually stopped, slowed down, and listened for a moment. All right, what should the special word be? I'm going to have it be something crazy. Freedom. Okay? I want you to type that word in the comment box. Freedom. If you watch this video all the way to the end. We're just about at 8 minutes. Thank you guys for paying attention this long. I hope that you finished it, and I hope that it spurs you on to take some serious self-evaluation and to make some serious effort to change the culture. Thank you. God bless you guys. Bye.